What is up, everybody? My name is Dr. Mongoose, and I'm not a doctor, but I play one on the internet. And today I'm going to show you how to make a custom stinger transition like this entirely for free. Let's get started, shall we? First thing you are going to need to do is you're going to need to download a program called HitFilm Express. It is entirely free. They may ask you for a donation, but you're not required under any level to do that. You just want the free version of the program. It is a basic motion graphic editor, not unlike your After Effects or Fusions from DaVinci. I like this one just because it's very simple and we're doing something very, very simple, so you don't have to really learn anything with nodes or anything like that. You only need two items. First is going to be a white circle PNG, which you can see right here. You need a PNG, you need the transparent background, and you're going to need your logo, whatever that may be, however you have it made. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring our PNG in, and we want to shorten this to about 2 seconds at most. You don't want your transition to be super, super long. That is all you want. Now, after that, you're going to bring in your logo as well, and then bring that to the same size that you have it there. After you've done this, you're going to go to controls. Now, for the logo, you're going to want to scale this down a bit so you can actually center it on your frame. So first things first, you want to try to center this thing on the frame itself. Just eyeball it right about there. Now what we're going to do, since we're now at the start of the playhead, as you can see right here, we're going to hit the scale button for both our PNG layer and our logo layer. For the logo, we need to set this to 0 because we don't want it there at all, and same with the PNG layer as well. So by clicking this little bubble right here, this sets a keyframe. This is very, very important. Now we're going to advance about 1/4 of a second, maybe about halfway through the playhead. At this point, you're selecting your PNG layer right here, and you're going to start scaling that up until it begins to fill the frame. You don't want it filling all the way. This is just the start of the animation. Now advance a little bit further to just about 1 second. From here, you want this to fully fill the frame. And then right there is when you're going to start to scale up your logo as well. You don't want it all the way fully there. This is, again, just the start of the animation. Advance a little bit further in, again, about halfway through the playhead, because this is a 2-second long animation. You're going to continue scaling up your PNG past the frame. This is important for when we reverse the animation. And then you're going to scale your logo up to as far as you want it to go. Mine is about right there, 22-ish%. There's enough room on the top and the bottom that it looks pretty good. Finally, you're going to go all the way to the end of the playhead, right before it turns black, and then you're going to bring this back down to 0, and you're going to bring your white PNG back down to 0 as well. And then the animation will finish. And so now I'm going to turn on looping playback. And so now if I play this for you guys right here, it will look a little something like this. And if we play it one more time. And as you can see, you've got that nice stinger transition coming in, filling the screen, covering up everything you need to do on your gameplay scene, and then you're able to have everything change behind it, and you've got a custom stinger with your image, with your logo on it. Now, this technique is applicable to a lot of things. This is a very basic rendition of this technique, but it's a great place to start because you can do things with different shapes, you can do things with different colors, you can do things with different logos. Once we have this all done and to your liking, again, I would do some editing to this if I was, actually making this, because there's a little bit of a wonky animation with the doctor logo coming in, so I'd make some adjustments there. But assuming that I am happy here, what we're then going to do is you're going to go to export up here. You're going to go to presets. Default preset is uncompressed AVI with alpha. This is very, very important because AVI on PC at least is the only way that you can get a alpha channel on a video file. Now, once you've selected uncompressed AVI with alpha, you're going to then start the export. This is again after, of course, you save the project, name it, and then start your export. So I'm going to save this as custom stinger YouTube test. So once that has been saved, I then go to here, hit the export button, custom Stinger YouTube test, file type is AVI, save. It is in there, and you can see right here, starting. You click on that, and it's going to begin its export process from there. And you can even see in the bottom right-hand corner, it's showing you what your thing is going to look like once it has been outputted. All right, now that is done. All right, now that that has been exported, we now have our custom Stinger ready to go. However, AVI files are very large. For example, if I have the properties window pulled up right here, you can see that it's 949 megabytes. That's actually a fairly large file size for a 2-second video. And this can put an undue burden on your system when it comes to doing the Stinger transition. For most people, you're going to want to shrink this file down. Now, what I would suggest is Now, for most people, you're going to want to shrink this file size down so it's much easier to work with and much less taxing on your system, especially if you're using the Stinger for every transition for your stream. So with that in mind, we're going to go to this website right here, Cloud Convert, for a WebM file conversion. We select our file. We're just going to go to quick access here, custom Stinger, and we're wanting to convert this into WebM. Hit convert. Let the file do its thing, and then you're going to see it shrink from almost from 949 megabytes, almost a gigabyte in size for the file. It's going to shrink it down to something much smaller, and OBS will still be able to use WebM files, and all of your transparencies are still maintained. All right, and as you can see right here, now that it has been downloaded as a WebM, we can compare almost a gigabyte in size for the AVI versus 2.3 megabytes for the WebM file. And again, this is why WebMs are so helpful. They're a lightweight resource that you can use to make sure that your file sizes aren't large but still work with OBS. That's how you can get all these cool Stinger transitions from there. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be doing more tutorials like this. And please, in the comment section below, what other tips and tricks for live streaming and OBS and content creation would you like to learn? Thank you all so much for joining me, and as always, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on the internet. We'll see you next time.